Okay, so let's just test the sound. Okay. Okay, so let's just test the sound. Perfect. So, today we're going to be talking. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the Fillet curve node. This is a really interesting node. So let's just go ahead and check that. Okay. So, well, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna be just checking the blender's manual, and at the same time we're gonna be using the nodes so we can like try to check that and understand that. Okay, so let's just okay. Okay, let me just go ahead and check this. Okay, perfect. So, this is the manual, and here we have the Blender file. Okay, so basically, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna start with the manual. So, it says that the fillet curve node um, rounds corners and curved control points. So basically, every control point of the curve, it's gonna be like somewhere where the node can round those corners. Okay, similar to the effect of the bevel modifier. If you can remember, the bevel modifier does the same. Like it makes these corners, for example, more rounded. Okay, like this. Okay, perfect. So on a 2D mesh, well, the bevel modifier does it on a 2D mesh, and the fillet curve node does it on a curve. Okay, so however, a key difference is that the rounded portions created by the fillet curve node are always portions of a circle. So they're always going to be like just little portions of a circle. Okay, you have to keep that in mind. Um, well, now it says that the inputs are the curve, so you can like take the curve here. So for example, we're gonna just go ahead and we can use this same um, cube. We just have to okay, just have to add the geometry node, and here we're gonna just disconnect this, and now we're gonna be adding a curve, so a curve primitive, so it's gonna be here. We can just add an arc. I think that's gonna be okay. So let's just connect it. Okay, so now that we have this arc, we can of course like make every modification to that. We just it's not necessary to do anything right now, so we're just gonna maybe increase the radius a little bit. Now we're gonna be adding the node, so we're gonna be able to find it here in curves, and is here fillet curve. So we just connect it, and you might think that it is like doing anything, but we're gonna be able to see, and actually we're gonna check that in the manual. So let's just see what the manual tells. It says that the radius of the circle portion generated at each fillet. So that means that the like these circle portions that it's talking about here, you know, are gonna have a radius, and it's gonna depend on this. Okay, um, and that's it. So let's just try to check that. So for example, if we start increasing the radius, you see, it starts like increasing its sides and all of that. But if we just decrease it, well, it's gonna have some differences. So you see, and this is like the circle that it's talking about. I mean, it's just like every time it goes, you know, it grows as a circle. You see, so that's what it's talking about, and we can actually try to increase the resolution of this. Maybe decrease it, and you're gonna be able to see, you know. So this is basically that. Um, I'm just trying to. You see this. These are portions of a circle. It's just this small scale, and now and after you do it like too much, then it starts um going out of the shape. You know, like but you can then well, we're gonna check the limit radius here. So here it says also that there is like an input of count. It's only in poly mode, and it's the number of control points to add for each fillet. So I just don't get that. So let's just try to see what happens. Okay, so can you see that? For example, if I decrease the count, it just adds less amount of polygons. So it can be like more flat or more. Um, let's just increase the radius of this to be able to see it better. So if I decrease the count, you see, it is just like a little bit more rough, I guess. So this is the radius, and here we can increase the count, for example, so we can make some object more like more soft. You can also limit the radius. So let's just go back one last time to the manual. It says like limit radius, whether to limit the maximum value of the radius in order to avoid overlapping fillets. Okay, so what happens is that if you increase the radius too much, these fillets are gonna be like just overlapping, you know. So if you limit the radius, it's just not gonna happen, you know. You see? So this is quite interesting. Hmm, what else can we find? So, for example, if we try to, let's just go back to the to this little manual, and now we have like the properties. So there are two ways to do this, like Bezier, and Poly. Okay, so Bezier is gonna be like one way to make curves, you know, and Poly, I guess, it's like another way to make these curves. And so it says that only two control points will be generated for every fillet control point. You know, so it's only going to be generating 2 points every time. The shape generated by the align handles on the generated control points on either side of the fillet is used to create the circle portion shape. So let's just read this again. The shape generated by the aligned handles. So the shape, there is going to be a shape generated by the aligned handles. So on the generated control points, okay, on either side of the fillet is used to create the circle portion shape, meaning that the number of segments in the fillet shape depend on the spline's resolution value. So what is this saying? Basically, mm, that if you have like more resolution, you know, you're gonna be able to have like a different shape, and this is you're gonna be able to find it more here. Like, oh, here is limiting the radius. So for example, if you have like more resolution, you're gonna have like more points that are gonna be just a little bit um okay, let me just grab this for example. So if you have less resolution, you're gonna have less points. So that means that the circle it's gonna take a different shape than if you have like more resolution. You know, that's basically what this is saying. You know, like you need to keep in mind that the resolution is gonna be really affecting the the way this creates the different circles. Okay, and it's because those circles are going to be like in the middle of that, in the middle of that shape. So yeah, that's really important. Okay, so the segments are going to be really important for the fillet shape. What else? Here it says that the poly, so the number of control points generated for each fillet input, it's controlled directly with an integer field input, file input. This mode works better for poly and nerves splines. So, what this means, it's basically that that you need to discern the nerves splines, NURBS. So what this is saying is that basically it's gonna be creating more control points. So this one only has two control points, but this one has like a lot of different control points. Okay, generated for each filed input is controlled directly with an integer file input. You know, so so that's basically it. You know, and that it's in the input that it's here, like the integer. Okay, this mode works better for poly and nerve splines. So basically, you just yeah, it's better if you use those splines than the Bezier splines. We can also find here that the outputs are gonna be like the curve, um, that like the curve that you generate after that. So this curve, okay. Um, I want us to like try to play a little bit with this. So we can try, for example, by okay, let's just move this here. Let's just try to, for example, let's just try to do what is going on in the manual. So let's just check this. So here is like a geometry and that it's a curve, and then it uses the fillet curve, you know, and then it turns it into a mesh. That's basically what it does. So let's just try that. Let's just try that. So Shift A, curve, and let's just use curve to mesh, and then so let's just try to fill caps. Okay. So and there it says also. Let me just check. It says like curve circle. That's gonna be like the profile curve. Let's just try with that curve circle. Um, curve circle. So let's just shift A. Uh, curve circle, and this is gonna be the profile curve. And as you know, like the profile curve, like what it does is just filling the whole curve. This is really beautiful, actually. Well, it's just like weird but beautiful. Mm, Now we're just gonna um, let's see what we can do. So we can just try to increase the resolution of this or decrease it. So 5, 4. It looks good. We can increase the radius if we want, or we can decrease it. I think it's better if we do that. We can also try to. So if we decrease the resolution of this is what happens. And the circle increases its sides because this is gonna have in less points to take, so it's gonna take them like more far away. So this is quite interesting. So I don't know what will this work for, but it's cool. And you can like rotate it and start playing with it with this arc, and then you can have some weird. I don't know what this could be honestly, but you can play with that and connect it at the center and invert it. Well, this is something. Like this is something like a crown. I don't know. Well, so that's it with this funny example. We can also oh, so it's saying that you can like use it to round the currents of a spline. Like you can just limit this radius, for example, this thing. Like if you don't use it, it's gonna look like this. You know, so you can use it to round the corners, and it's gonna be looking like this. You know, can you see like the difference? It's actually well in this case it's not gonna it's not helping that much, but it's well it does it's just like maybe it is a little bit too much, or maybe you can use the poly works better. Yeah, so we can use the poly and it's gonna be rounded, so that's an option. Okay, we can actually increase the count because with this one we're only gonna have two. With this one we're gonna have the ones that we need to round it to make this look like more rounded. So we can leave it like a little space in the middle, and you see, so that's an option, and it's gonna be rounded. So it's really that's why the manual says that it's really similar to the oh, I just forget the name. So to the bevel modifier. So let's just check the other example. So it says like we're like putting a star here, and this is fillet curve, so it makes that the star doesn't have like these sharp edges, and that's it. And here, like you just have to fill the curve. This is that's like an interesting one. So let's just try to use it. Uh, let's just shift A. And let's just input no geometry. Let's just join geometry, and that's it. And we're gonna have to just shift A, and okay, let's just add the curve. We can use like the same star. So let's just shift a curve primitives. So star, and we can add the fillet curve node. So curve, fillet curve, and the fill curve, curve, fill curve. So let's just go step by step. Okay, let's just join this here, and let's just add the transform to be able to see like the other object without interfering with this one. Interfering with this one. So it's like here, I guess. No, it's here. Yeah, and transform. And then this transform, let's just move it to the left. Well, maybe that's too much. And let's just connect the star. So here is gonna be the star. Okay. And the star is gonna be just here. Just here. And we can, if we add this modifier, we're gonna see that the star is gonna be having his edges more rounded. You see? We can like decrease the radius of that or increase the radius. I think this works better with the poly also because like the Bezier only uses two. You can do this, for example. This is beautiful. This is a really beautiful thing. But if you need to round it, just round it. You can just decrease the radius and well, just a little bit, and then you can increase the count, so it's gonna be more rounded. Okay, you can do this. You can limit the radius, so it's never gonna be like they're never gonna be um, overlapping each other. You see, this is interesting. And that's it. You can increase the points of your star. You can like, this has a really interesting shape. You see? So whenever you want to make interesting shapes, you can use these modifiers. Uh, this, for example. But I just want to leave it the way it was. Oh, Control C. And let's just try to twist it. Oh, this is interesting, for example. Like this. Okay, so um, this modifier is really good, really interesting whenever you want to make like weird shapes like for the ground or whatever. It's just really good. Okay, so that's basically it with this modifier. Okay, so so the next time we're gonna be talking about a different modifier. So it's gonna be, let me just check. So you can just we can just uh, it's gonna be the resample curve node. Okay, that's the one that we're gonna check the next time. And that's it. I hope you can have a good time. Bye bye.